So, you might be wondering why we're making all these crazy noises here. We're actually
because he likes to press all the buttons.
Yeah, I do like to press all the buttons. But we're actually in the Dodge Durango Pursuit. This is a police SUV designed for chasing down all the bad guys. See our little cage back here. Maybe I'm going to end up back there later if I misbehave. And we're going to take it for a little spin here on Roadside Scholar. So, this is a lot like a regular Durango.
Except
up front.
Not at all.
Well, it's been stripped down. It's a lot more minimal. It's got all this room up here for, connecting all of your police gear, your lights and your sirens and all the stuff that you need to actually perform your police duties. Electrical outlets for 12-volt stuff, basically everything that you need. And so that's what the center console is for, and it's got a lot of space in it to make it easier for a police officer to keep the equipment they need with them.
It's also good for when you're not a police officer, so that and you're a fidgeter, you can press all the buttons.
You can press all the buttons. Yeah, we've been told not to press any of the buttons, so I won't. But I'll pretend to get on this and start telling the guy in front of us to pull over. You're going to need to pull over. Sir, you're going to need to pull over.
Please tell me that you did not press the button.
No, I didn't press the button. Nobody heard me.
Because that would be bad.
Yeah, and then I would be arrested for impersonating an officer. But the big thing about this is it is a powerful car. It's got a 5.7 liter V8. It's 360 horsepower.
Super powerful.
It does 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. It's got a lightweight suspension. It's designed to be to pursue. I mean, that's why it's got Pursuit on the side. It's not going to catch up with somebody who does 200 miles an hour, but it's going to catch a lot of people. And there's plenty of room in the back to lock them up.
It's going to catch a lot of people. Yeah. It's got a V8. It's going to move. It's got a big butt, but it can move.
Yeah, we got to see it move.
I'm sure there are certain people out there that can relate to what I just said. So,
yeah.
But I actually admire all of the ladies and gentlemen in blue that have to get in a car like this and drive. Frankly, the sight lines are very restrictive because of all of the
equipment,
barbed wire, whatever you want to call it.
Well, yeah, you have the cage in the back, and then you have the light over there, police light, and all that stuff. And there's some other bells and whistles in this thing that are designed specifically for law enforcement. It's the third row's been ripped out, and so it's been replaced with like plastic seats back there. So if
it's all like a one-piece plastic seat.
Yeah, and if you've ever watched an episode of Live PD or Cops, you understand why. Because you get some crazy people in the back of your cop car, and they want to kick, and they want to scratch, and they want to poop themselves, and they want to do all this stuff back there that they're not supposed to do. So you want to be able to hose it out.
Don't do crimes.
Don't do crimes, people.
Don't do crimes.
That would be bad.
Because soon enough, we're going to play rock, paper, scissors, and one of us is going to go in the back there. So,
yeah.
Just a word. It's totally not going to be me, okay?
Well, that went well. I have somehow landed myself back in the pokey back here. And it's austere, to say the least. No door handles, even. No pesky locks or door handles in the back. So I can't get out without somebody letting me out.
He says he can't get out without somebody helping him get out. And so I think you know what that means.
That means I'm going to prison.
Thank you, and good night. It's a smooth ride. I mean, it needs to be. They're in their car all day long.
Right. I mean, a lot of the time you think about...
Essentially, this is their office.
Right. You think about the police car as like, well, how do you get the criminal around and how do you keep them locked up? And, but it needs to be a comfortable place for the officers. These guys are working crazy hours. They're protecting us, and, they should be in a vehicle that's safe, first and foremost, fast and predictable.
Right.
And, comfort. And those should all be part of, if I worked in a factory and I'm standing on my feet all day, they're going to put mats under my feet. They're going to make sure it's safe. OSHA's going to be watching out for all this stuff. A police car should be, the same thing.
I actually think that this particular seat, the driver's seat, accommodates a wide variety of shapes and sizes. I had to move it way up so that my feet could touch the pedals, and I am not exactly the shortest person on earth. I, for one, am glad that the police officers have access to a vehicle like this, because it's going to keep them comfortable and supported during all of that time that they're not using their adrenaline to chase down the bad guys.
Right.
And once they do have to put a bad guy in their car, it's a one-piece operation to clean just in case somebody gets out of control.
Right. No, and they've got, all of the accoutrement that a police officer would want as options. You can outfit this with, the push bar in the front and the blinky lights on the roof, and the siren and all those things. So it's definitely, ready to be equipped for a department and for a fleet of officers. I think this is, when you think back to the day, the good old Crown Vics of the world, every cop had a Crown Vic. Obviously, this is more robust. There's more room for equipment in the back. It's a better driving position. It's just, it feels like a safer kind of environment to be in as an officer. Now, granted, it's higher, but it's still I think it's a good place to be.
I agree.
If I were a police officer, which I'm not impersonating one, despite what you might have seen earlier, I would say this is definitely one of the nicer places to be as an officer, and it's still very capable. So I am gonna say the Dodge Durango Pursuit is worth pursuing.
Wow. Oh my God.
I think I just said that.
That was awesome.
Yeah. That's the Roadside Scholar for today. See you soon.